Dakota next. Ready in a moment. Is indisposed. All right, so the first animal we're going to see down here, we would call an exotic animal. It's going to be Bakugan. And Bakugan is so named for the Bakugan toys. My son used to love these when he was little. And the thing about the Bakugan toys is they turn into a ball. And then there's a game that they lay out the cards and try to roll their Bakugan to land on the magnet. So it stays like a ball like that, and they play this game and they roll it. And then if it lands right on the magnet, the Bakugan jumps out like that from the ball. And that's why this first animal is named Bakugan. He's our own personal Bakugan here on the farm. I think Kevin wants to get it. So, see him in just a second. All right, so this guy is Bakugan. So, do you know what this dude is?
Hedgehog?
No.
I know I only said that because she said that on the phone.
This guy is a Brazilian three-banded armadillo. So, this is a armadillo. They come from Brazil, that's why it's Brazilian. And it's three-banded because of its 1, 2, 3 moving bands. Then its moving bands are held together by these lines of skin. This is a mammal, not a reptile. So it has a carapace, not a shell. So the carapace, when you look at all of these little star patterns all over it, these are all little bony plates, and they're all held together by skin, just like the moving bands. They're held together by skin. So if you hold it up to the light, you can see the little hair sticking through all over it, in between the plates, because it's skin, so hair follicles in skin, hair and hair follicles. So it's skin sticking all through, all over this animal. And there are about 50 kinds of armadillos, and there are 2 that can ball up completely like this. This one is a Brazilian. So that's his head, that's his tail. But then when he comes out, he just pops right out like that Bakugan toy does.
Oh my gosh.
I think maybe his coolest thing is the way his little ears go. Like that. His eyes are right there. There are his eyes.
Cool.
And then of course he's all furry on the bottom because he is a mammal. And then when you set him down on the ground, he runs around like a little potato with high heels or something. And this guy is an insectivore, meaning his favorite thing to eat is bugs. We get various different bugs shipped in here for him. So he likes to eat superworms and mealworms and hornworms and waxworms. He eats black soldier fly larvae and housefly pupa. So we sprinkle the bugs out in his box in his room. That's a dirt box, and then they dig down in the dirt, and then we turn him loose and he digs after all the bugs for its natural foraging behavior. And this guy is of the superorder Zathorans. Zathorans are the mammals with a hinged spine. So the living members of the Zathoran order are armadillos and anteaters and sloths. So all of those can ball up to one extent or another. But this guy is the professional at it, and he does make a complete ball. And if you're looking for this guy in a Disney movie, that would be El Dorado. I think it's a wonderful movie, actually. Come on, Bubs. He always wants to go off into the corners and look for bugs.
I know. Yeah, I'm talking about that there. I thought it
Say
was
what?
a kangaroo. Is there a kangaroo?
Yeah, there's 2 kangaroos in there.
Oh, I wanted to see.
You will.
Oh, he's so cute.
He is.
What's his name again?
Bakugan, Baku for short. Because I am a teen of the 80s, when I finally do get a girl this, I'm going to name it Shaka Khan. Bakugan and Shaka Khan. And we give them their little walkout music.
Look at the nail.
Yeah, they're good size.
You have to trim them, or do they,
No,
like, when
he
they're
runs
on
on,
concrete?
it's concrete, it's kind of rough. I don't wear his nails down. And he runs out here quite a bit. All right, these next ones have a similar theory of defense as Bakugan does. They just go at it a little differently. So these are hedgehogs. So hedgehogs,
Can I
go
ask you a
ahead.
question? Would you mind if she sat down for a little bit? She hurt her hip.
Oh, go right ahead. Yeah.
My vacation.
What did you do?
I
Yeah,
have,
don't need
I
that.
have bad hips. They was born with a birth defect, so they just, that's what.
I was at church yesterday, and he was a guest pastor, and he was born with no arms. He was talking about how he struggled when he was young for how is it that I'm fearfully and wonderfully made, knit together intentionally in my mother's womb, and yet I was born with no arms. And, you know, it's a whole thing. That was at Cleveland First Baptist. You can listen to his thing. It's pretty amazing, really.
Yeah.
But I'm sure that they post the messages
Well,
online.
we saw this guy, he's like famous. He has no arms, no legs.
And his little
No,
chicken
he has-
foot.
Church.
No, he has legs.
No, he plays
He
the,
plays with his toes. He
He
plays
plays-
the guitar.
that's right, yeah.
He's
so-
played for the Pope.
Yeah, he was at our church and we went and watched his little concert and I was just amazed. I thought
He
he had.
drives with his feet too.
Oh,
Maybe it was the same guy. This
so
guy drives.
was
with
he
his
like
feet.
darker skin, like
No.
Hispanic?
Uh-uh.
Okay, how many no-armed people are, you know, maybe,
Who knows?
yeah.
All right, so these guys, when they ball up, their quills all stick out, tangent to their skin like that. And this is not near as tight as he can ball up. That's as tight as he wants me to ball him up, though. But then when he opens up, his quills will lay down, and you can just pet him from front to back like this, and it'll be fine. If you pet him back to front, you have a different experience, and the first aid kit is right there. But if you pet him from front to back, his quills all just lay down, and the needle's only sharp on one point. Then, if you want to take a picture with this guy, you can either hold him like that, or you can put your hand behind his front feet so he doesn't just ball up, and then you can be like that. And you can have his face and your face in the same picture. But if you want to pick him up, you got to pick him up yourself, because sometimes when I hand a hedgehog to someone, they go, ah, and we don't want him to get dropped. That one is Ginger, and this one is Penelope. This one is a little bit softer than Ginger is. And she's a pretty cute little girl. But these two are hedgehogs. And this one looks like she has a little mohawk. You can hold her like that. She's
Aw.
pretty cute. You guys can pick those up if you would like.
Pick one up.
Slide your fingers under them like that.
You're gonna take a picture?
In my phone. I don't have a lot of battery.
Why not? Go back.
So people often ask me if a hedgehog can shoot its quills like a porcupine. And I say, exactly like a porcupine, because they can't either. That is a myth. So this is a porcupine quill right here, up in the
Oh,
petting farm. We have a porcupine, and the reason people think a porcupine can shoot its quills if it goes into your skin like that, it has a little barb on the end, and it doesn't want to come back out. And if the porcupine should give you a little side run, and you might have
that's.
half a dozen all stuck in there. And when you depart from the porcupine, likely at a high rate of speed, the quill will come off and it will go with you to the hospital instead of staying with the porcupine.
Right.
But a porcupine cannot shoot its quills, and neither can a hedgehog. Harder and sharper than you really think they would be, though, right?
Yeah.
The one that's up there in the petting farm is an African crested porcupine, and its body will get bigger than a German shepherd, and its quills can be 4 feet long.
Wow.
Did she get back in there all by herself?
She did.
I think so. And wrap the thing, maybe we used to have a dog that did that.
Our Sloth Dash does that too. Gets into his little basket and
Forgot to say.
curls up under the,
Around.
looking for bugs.
Do you ever let them just do, you know, during the day or just, they won't wander off?
He's pet.
He's like, what's in this box? Now, will he get that fly? No.
Flies are too quick for him.
Yeah.
Fly larvae he gets.
He has a little tail. Would you-
These are from the middle.
Look,
There's 2 males and maybe a tiny
look
baby.
something in there.
These two are sugar gliders.
Oh, we had one named
Really?
Bob. Yeah, it bit my sister.
If you handle them every day, they're friendly and agreeable little pets. If you leave them in a cage for a long period of time, or eagles, snarling beasts? Yeah, absolutely.
No,
More
hers was
food,
an
right.
eagle snarly beast.
It's in like red nail polish.
He was an escape artist.
What was that movie where they said the color red was the bad color? Oh, The Village, right?
Oh, yeah,
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 she
yeah.
went to feed it that night and she had red nail polish and it bit her. No other night did it bite her.
And she didn't want nothing to do with it after that.
Well, if you already have had sugar gliders before, that's probably not the most interesting animal I can show you. So let me grab the next animal.
Believe it just goes around here.
I know, that's so cool. I'm gonna get it to you.
You should get a video of him. You can speak the way you want.
Where did it go? He's over there on the other side of the wagon. Oh, here we go.
All right, guys, so this right here is the smallest animal on the farm. Oh, it's really small. These are micro squirrels. So a micro squirrel is the world's smallest kind of squirrel. You're welcome to hold one. Put your hand out, it will walk on you. And a micro squirrel comes from South Africa. They are properly called an African pygmy squirrel or an African pygmy dormouse. But the word dormouse doesn't come from being a mouse, it comes from the French word dormir, which means to sleep, because these guys hibernate. The micro squirrels are the world's smallest kind of squirrel. Their maximum size is 20 grams, so that is just over 1 ounce. So you would need 16 of these to make 1 pound of squirrels.
I want one.
I don't know if you can have one in Florida. Yeah, they make excellent pets.
Okay, can you?
These guys, the thing that makes these excellent pets, these live in a 10-gallon aquarium, which you have to clean about 4 times in a whole year. And they bond to an individual person. So after you've had it for about 30 days, it will be bonded to you as an individual.
Oh, okay.
And then you don't have to really put it in a cage, except when it's going to sleep. These guys love it when it's winter, because we'll have one in the hood of our hoodie and one in the pocket of our hoodie. And you just got to remember before you go up to the house at night to check yourself for animals. And these guys, let's see why my phone's ringing.
It's so cute.
Hello? Okay, great.
He's got long whiskers.
Yeah.
Can you call Dawn and tell her Nealon is coming up to the door? You can use mine. Yeah. So here's an interesting thing about these guys. And there's one of them that doesn't hang on, so I gotta be careful which one I do this with. But their fingers are so little that when they just don't fall. They're holding on to the lines in your skin, and they just don't fall. But, so anyway, why I like these as pets, these guys will live in a 10-gallon aquarium. You clean that about 4 times a year, like summer, winter, spring, fall. And the bathroom is right down there. It says restroom on the door. We call that the full farm experience, no extra charge. And in a whole year, these will leave about $20 worth of food. So pretty cool. Did she answer?
Yes.
All right, put those away, I'll get Coda.
Yep.
Remember that there's a little water dish that I took out so it didn't spill, stick it back in.
Is this in the middle or left or where?
That just sits on top of the center cage.
Okay.
Put the lid back on it, and there's a white little china dish for water. Coda, come here, baby.
Yeah.
Hey, Bob.
I think we all should get one. Can we all get this shirt? It's got this little. I'll pay for one.
right, so this guy is a coati mundi, which in some South American Indian language means nose in belt, because these guys consistently sleep with their tail curled around the outside and like their nose stuck in their belt. And this is an arboreal creature, meaning meant to live in trees. Those long, sharp claws on that guy let him run up a tree just as fast as he can run across the ground. And his feet go completely backwards, so he'll go head first down a tree and he can run down as fast as he can run up. He is an omnivore. He likes to eat absolutely anything. Long claws and long wiggly nose tell us he likes to dig into the ground after his food. So he likes to eat worms and bugs and grubs. He'll eat any small lizard or amphibian that he can get his hands on. He would eat any small mammal he could catch. He'll run up into trees and he'll wipe out bird nests and squirrel nests. You'll find those to be a tasty little treat. And he eats any kind of fruit and veggie he can find too. Here on the farm, his favorite things to eat are hard-boiled eggs and grapes and blueberries. He likes boneless, skinless chicken breast, boiled, not fried. And he likes pizza. His favorite pizza is Papa John's Meat Lovers Pizza. Me and him are alike in that regard. He is a South American version of a raccoon. While we would call this an exotic animal, exotic doesn't mean endangered, it doesn't mean rare, it just means not from here. So in Central and South America, and North America too, they're all over Mexico. In where they're from, these are just as common as their cousin, the raccoon, is here, and just as much of a pain in the derriere, because these guys get into absolutely everything. The end of this guy's in-the-house career was when he discovered that there is no child-proof lock. It will keep him from unloading the cabinets every single day, which gets real old real quick. And this guy is a looking animal, not a petting animal. He likes shiny things and he tries to take them from you. His favorite things to grab are cell phones and rings and watches. And trying to teach him what the Rolex symbol looks like, but it's work in progress. I don't have one, which makes it trickier, but anyhow. So yeah, that guy is a coati mundi. In Mexico, they would call this a coati, which means the lonesome one, because the males are all solitary and the females live in bands. So that's Coda the coati mundi. Hey, looks like he likes to grab microphones too, Kevin.
Nice. Let's see if he has anything interesting to say.
Probably snuffle, snuffle, sniff, sniff. Coda the snuffleupagus. You remember that snuffleupagus?
Oh yeah. I just wish they'd bring back the Hamburglar.
Hello. Is it for lodging or encounter? Okay, your code will automatically turn on at 4 o'clock, check-in time. All right, thank you. It's in your email. All right, thank you. I'm ringing off the hook today. Can you show the next animal?
Mm-hmm. You want to do Willie?
Yeah, Willie be good.
All right, guys. Where did y'all say you were from again?
Florida.
All right. Well, you're gonna be a little bit used to this one, but it's still fun. You know those things up in the trees that sometimes fall and it gets a little bit cold? An animal. Can you guess what it is?
Big one.
Exactly.
Oh, gosh.
An iguana.
We don't have to do that, do
You don't have to.
we?
Nah, we don't hold him. Just because he gets kind of excited, they can pet him and stuff.
Yeah.
So, if you ever want to amaze your friends with their scientific name, it's really, really hard to remember. It's iguana. So, if you want to dazzle them, you can. What are you doing there, bud? And this is Willie. Willie is awesome. Oh, he's only like 5 or 6 pounds, but he likes to cruise around. And so when you go to pet them, you can feel the different textures. And then right up here at the top, this is called his parietal gland. And so what he can do is he actually senses the difference of the light. So it's kind of like a little radar for him. Down here on the bottom is called his dewlap, and if you touch it, it feels like a purse. It's pretty cool.
So Willie there is a green iguana. Willie is a senior citizen. We don't know exactly how old he is, but I know he's at least 18 years old. Because the people that had him before us account between us and them going back 12 years. And he was already 5 feet long when they got him, and it takes him at least 6 years to get to 5 feet. So at a minimum, he's 18 years old. Then this one is an albino iguana. This one is less than 1 year old. So it's getting pretty long there in the tail. But this one is an albino, that one is a green iguana. So that one is a good size, shape, and color to hide very well in trees. Its coppery brown legs blend in with the branches, and its green back blends in with the leaves. And then the stripes across the tail are meant to be like shadows of other tree branches crossing across it. But then in addition to his natural size, shape, and color being good for camouflage, he's got a form of mimicry. So the big round things on the side of his face right there, if he sees something coming at him that looks threatening to him, he'll close his eyes and turn his head like this and try to show this to be his eyeball. Because if he actually was a lizard with eyes that big, he would be an alligator. And a lot of things would like to find an iguana to be a tasty little treat would really not want to mess with an alligator or anything else that had eyeballs that big. So that's how he's trying to stay safe, is that form of mimicry on top of his natural camouflage. Then this next one here, which is Tootsie, has her own form of mimicry. So Tootsie is a bearded dragon, and bearded dragons come from Australia. The bearded dragon comes in a few different colors. This one is a good size, shape, and color to hide out in the desert. So her natural camouflage is desert camouflage, but then she also has a form of mimicry. So this one is trying to mimic an animal that's got spikes. The reason that this is mimicry, not defense, is these spikes are fake. They're just rubbery little nothings. So she wants an animal to say, maybe not, don't want a mouthful of spikes today. You want to hold this? Put your hand like that, and it'll just sit and hold on till it's 4 feet like that. So she hides in the desert and she mimics an animal that has spikes. The next two lizards right here are leopard geckos.
I wonder what the one is at our house.
And these ones are relying 100% on mimicry. They have no natural camouflage. These guys normally would be like highlighter colors, but these ones are about to shed, so their colors are very, very dull right now. These normally would be extremely brightly colored if they were not about to shed. So what do you think they're trying to mimic?
Snake? Snake, yeah.
What would be true of many lizards or amphibians that would be brightly colored in the wild? Most brightly colored lizards or amphibians are poisonous. So these ones are not hiding at all, they're just strutting it out loud and proud, saying you don't want to eat me because I might be poisonous. But obviously I'm not standing here holding two poisonous animals. They are mimicking poisonous animals, but they themselves are not. So parenting tip, if you were going to have a lizard as a pet, the iguanas are very easy keepers. They are herbivores. So that guy, he eats a lot of food, but it's cheap food or easy to come by food, come just from your produce department. He eats this entire dish all the way full, mainly leafy greens, and then we put a little bit of fruit, a little bit of veggies in there. And he eats this whole dish full every day, but easy to keep because, you know, any produce department has what he needs to eat. The bearded dragon there also is an easy keeper. That one is an omnivore. She likes anything that you would put into salsa. Her favorite thing is cilantro. Then she also likes peppers and onions and tomatoes and basically really anything you would put into salsa she likes. She likes leafy greens too. And for her protein, you don't have to give live insects if you don't want to. You can give bearded dragon food, which is little pellets that have the protein in them. The two in the top there, the leopard geckos, those ones are a pain to keep. Just because they only eat live crickets. And you could spend the rest of your life driving back and forth to PetSmart looking for the one day this week that they have live crickets. If you're us and you're getting other insects shipped in anyway, you just get them from Josh's Frogs. But it is costly doing it
So
that
it
way.
comes in the mail?
Yeah, you can get them in the mail.
Huh.
But Josh's Frogs is the company that we use to get our bugs shipped in. There are other more cost-effective means if all you need is crickets. But we have a whole variety of bugs because of Baku. He eats all different kinds of bugs. And Josh's Frogs has the widest selection of bugs if you're having to get bugs shipped in. But anyway, yeah, if you don't live next door to PetSmart, you probably don't want a leopard gecko because you literally drive there 5 days in a row looking for the one day that they have crickets that your animal needs to eat. And next up, we're going to see some baby tortoises. And the reason we pick this guy, well, when we pick him up off the ground, he's wanting to hang on. And those claws are really sharp. So he's not out to hurt me, but you know, if he's trying to hang on, my arm is not conducive to being held on to by razor sharp claws like that. And sometimes he flails around like this. And on more than one occasion, I have him go, oh, and I'm like, oh, that was close. And then I look a second later as it's dripping down on the ground, and I'm like, oh, that was not close. So now I try to remember to grab the gloves. Yeah. All right, these next ones are Sulcata tortoises.
It's nice and cool now. It's been really hot the past couple weeks, so you guys did great.
They're from Florida, it doesn't bother me.
I would say it's cooler here than at home.
These guys are baby Sulcata tortoises. So when we get up to the petting farm in a little while, you're going to see some tortoises that are like this size, and these ones are less than a year old. Versions of those ones you'll see up there that are huge. These guys are about 8 months old now. It takes them about a year to reach like that size. It takes them about 5 years to get to this size. And the ones that we have up there are about like this. They're 15 and 20 years old. Difference between a tortoise and a turtle. The tortoise goes mainly on the land, can go in the water. A turtle goes mainly in the water, but can go on the land. And the tortoises, the Sulcata tortoises, their wintertime behavior in Africa is to dig 8 or 10 feet straight down underground, and then they dig up and build a shelf so they don't drown if it rains hard. But the reason we don't want them to dig out there is when they come out in the spring, they come out on a really shallow angle, and they might come up 50 feet from where they went down. And you could end up with some pretty significant ruts and sinkholes and everything else all over the place. So here their winter behavior is that brown building up there has a tortoise heater built into the floor. That keeps them good down to about 35 degrees. And then after that they come in here and room up with the sloths. Somebody driving around up there. Do I have any of them Camels right now? I don't think I do.
I don't think till 4-ish.
These guys are the 4.
Yeah, 4 o'clock, 3 people for.
Anybody new who's driving around Morris Farm in a white SUV?
Yeah, you can pause the video so it doesn't make a, like
guys, these ones are the cute squad.
Cute squad, bunch of cute animals. You like cute animals?
Yes.
Then you'll be excited. Get ready to video them as they come out. It's hilarious.
Come on, baby.
Oh. Oh my goodness.
Coming to see you.
Oh.
All right, guys, these ones are the cute squad. The tall black one here is Llama Del Rey. The tall gray one is Tyler because that dude looks like a lady. The shorter of the gray ones is Fox because he's the fox with socks. The one sniffing your hand right there is Liza Minnelli. The goats, the two gray ones, are Salt and Peppa's here. The blonde one is Blondie. She may or may not have a heart of glass. The tiny one there is Teeny because we're just creative like that. And this guy is Dodge because he's a ram. And the little brown one with a black belly there is a black belly sheep. And her name is Shoat because that's a sheep that looks like a goat. This one rolling around here, see how these guys have all these shavings stuck on them, right? That is a natural defense for an alpaca and for a llama. When they have their first baby coat, they have little tiny barbs on the ends of all of their hairs. So when they lay down onto the ground, just whatever is on the ground, whatever natural material sticks all over them. So then when they hop up, they are already coated in whatever's all over the ground. So that's how they have their disguise when they're babies. Humphrey's one to check him out here. Humphrey, you want to come out and see the cute squad, buddy? We'll see what Humphrey thinks of the cute squad.
Could be interesting.
We'll know in a moment. I don't think Humphrey's come out with the cute squad before.
Oh, Liza got kind of pushed over.
This guy is Humphrey. Humphrey is a baby male Bactrian camel. This guy, his birthday is April the 4th. So this guy is 3 months old right now. A Bactrian is a 2-hump camel. A dromedary is a 1-hump camel. If you had any hope to remember the 2 words, you could easily remember which is which, because a capital B laying on its back would have 2 humps in it, and a capital D laying on its back would have 1 hump in it. So D for dromedary is the 1 humps, and B for Bactrian is the 2 humps. This guy is a baby, so his humps haven't both filled up yet with fat. Their humps have no liquid water in them. They're entirely filled with fat and adipose tissue. Adipose tissue is that which gives shape to fat. But this guy came to us from a breeder out in Bush Creek, and his name is Humphrey, and he would love for you to pet him.
Can you let this one back out?
Yeah. So not so many people know that camels are just as good in the cold as they are in the heat. So a camel, a dromedary camel can be left out down, oh look, they're going to push the wagon across.
Yes.
A Bactrian camel can be left out down to 60 or 70 degrees Fahrenheit below zero. Bactrian camels are wild all the way up into Siberia. If it gets less than about 50 degrees Fahrenheit below zero, a Bactrian camel will wallow down into the snow. It'll kind of look for a little bit of a ravine to get wallowed down in, and it'll let itself get buried over with snow. And then there she goes pushing the wagon. Then the body heat of the camel will make the snow that's covering it form a snow cave. So they'll live on the water that melts inside of their snow cave, and they can stay under the snow cave for as much as a month or even 2. Until it gets a little warmer outside. All camels have both a summer coat and a winter coat. The dromedaries get thick and curly on top, and they don't really have as much on their belly side, but they get thick and curly on the top, like maybe 5 or 6 inches thick of wool. And the Bactrian camels get shaggy all over like a woolly mammoth. there are about 50 million dromedary camels in the world right now, and fewer than 100,000 of the Bactrian camels in the world right now.
What do you think about that haircut, John?
I think that's stupid and ridiculous. I guess that Fallon was accentuating the fox in socks, but I really am not sure what she was thinking about on the top line there.
Maybe once it grows out, it'll look good.
Or not. But, you know, we're into expressing ourselves around here, I suppose. Some people express themselves differently than I find tasteful, but whatever. We give people license to walk their own way sometimes. Sometimes it's good. Well, sometimes you get along with it. They're in our pocket, it looks like that. I'm not going to turn her loose with any trimmers on my boy Humphrey, though. Hey, he's a good boy. He's a good boy.
I think of like Lilo and Stitch when they're like, why did you make it like that? And they're like, you know, he has all the extra arms. That's kind of like what I feel about that haircut.
How much did he weigh when he was born?
I wasn't there. I really don't know. I think right now he weighs between 200 and 250. If I was going to guess, I'd say he would have weighed between 75 and 100. But that's not even an educated guess. That's just, you know, maybe what I think. But this guy drinks 8 liters of milk a day. 4 2-liter bottles. And yes, you can come sign up to come out here and feed bottles to camels. It's pretty cute. Baby boy, baby boy. We're not going to let anybody give you a stupid haircut.
He already looks like he has a comb over on the top anyway.
Oh, woo! He thinks that the wagon's trying to ease up on him. Put you away, Humphrey.
Oh, hi.
Good boy. All right, babies, come here. Come on, babies.
So cute.
Will they actually go back?
They
Come on,
listen.
babies.
They listen better than you.
I was gonna say, I can't imagine our dogs going back in because we told them.
Come on, babies. Come on. Come here, team. I was doing so well and you jinxed it.
No, I was like, he's got them all. And I was like, almost.
This one right here is shoat. This is a sheep that looks like a goat, so it is a hair sheep. When my son brought this sheep home, he said, Dad, I got this cool sheep for free. And I'm like, son, I saw you coming, that's a goat. And he said, no, Dad, I promise you it's a sheep. I said, I believe they told you it's a sheep, but I've seen a lot of sheep, and that ain't a sheep. And he says, I bet you $1,000 it's a sheep, and then you have my attention, but not $1,000. And so he showed me online that is a black belly sheep, which is a hair sheep. So that is the luckiest unlucky sheep you've ever seen. Because, unlucky because it was, I should zoom on his wrangling skills. Unlucky because it was a twin and its mother rejected it. Lucky because it was on a meat farm and now it's on a pet farm. So it will have a long and full life here. So that one went from the agony of defeat to the thrill of victory. Alright, I'm gonna go get Boo Boo, I think. Oh, he's right there. Come here, Boo Boo. Hey, baby. You wanna come see us? Boo Boo.
Pretty neat to be able to see all the animals close, huh?
Yeah. I saw your TikTok video with the sloths. That's how we ended up here.
Wonderful. We try to make a little fun, a little education. It's a good time.
You live stream them?
That's what it's doing right
Yeah.
now, but then also do pre-recorded stuff.
Oh, cool.
Sometimes my little girl helps me, so she likes to do that. She's 8. Sometimes Grayson helps, so we try to make everybody have fun.
Cool.
We're trying to put much more on YouTube for like structured content. That way, like in schools and stuff, they can watch it, but still be fun. That way, it's not like this was a camel, you know,
Yeah.
it's too like boring.
Yeah.
Like if you make learning fun, then you want to do it. But if you're like learn this, like
Right.
nobody wants to do that.
Yeah.
Come on, baby. All right, guys, this one is Abu. Abu happens to be my favorite animal on the farm. He's sweet and loving and sort of a dork, so we get along real well. And Abu happens to be the kissing camel. It also makes him pretty cool. We gotta close the door behind him so you get good pictures. The light behind him is no good. All right, hey, come here, Boo Boo. Come here. That's usually his spot. Come here. We're gonna have to come to Boo Boo. So, the most interesting thing about a camel is their ability to store and use water in the form of fat. On the hottest day in the desert, a camel can go 10 days to 2 weeks with not one single drop of water. In that period of time, they can lose 30% of their body mass to dehydration. You can sit on that if you want. Can lose 30% to dehydration. This camel weighs 1,250 pounds. So for him to lose 30% of his body mass, we're talking about 400 pounds to dehydration. I weigh about 200 pounds, sadly, so that means that if I lost 30% of my body mass, we're talking about like 70 pounds to dehydration. So if I lost 70 pounds because I had no water for 10 days, I obviously would be expired. If a camel lost 400 pounds because he had no water for 10 days, he would be thirsty. If a camel is thirsty, oh my goodness, he's thirsty. A camel who has actually lost 30% of his body mass, his hump up top will be loose and floppy, hanging off on one side or the other. Kind of the way that Humphreys was right there, except he's not dehydrated, he just hasn't filled up yet to start with. But his hump will be loose and floppy, hanging off one side or the other. His top line would be as flat as a horse. There is no bone in that hump. He would be skinny and emaciated all over if you knew what you were looking at. But the camel, the way that it works, a camel, like a person, is born with the approximate number of fat cells they're ever going to have. But camels, like people, our fat cells can be very different size at different times in our life. The camel also has really unusual blood cells. So his red blood cells are normally oval. As he dehydrates, all the way down to flat. As he dehydrates also, his fat cells shrink. So we're normal sized people, so suppose this was normal size for a human fat cell, and we had a burning desire to star in the show My 600-Pound Life, so we ate food at no limit whatsoever for months or years, our fat cells can go from this to that. Camel is the opposite. Camel walks around with his normal fat cell size being the size that we would call super morbidly obese. And when they draw all the way down to the normal size for a human fat cell, that's what we would call normal, he would call severely dehydrated. Difference is that for a human to go from this to that is months or years. The camel does that immediately when he drinks the water. When the camel has lost 30% of his body mass in crossing the desert, when he gets to the other side, one this size could drink 30 gallons, one the size of our big fella out there could drink 50 gallons in 3 minutes. So that is chucking down for the big guy like 17 gallons per minute, or 1 gallon every 4 seconds. So like 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,004, a gallon of water gone. Faster than you could pour a gallon on the floor, he can drink it 50 times in a row. So the camel has no tank in him for liquid water except his stomach, and his stomach only holds 7 to 10 gallons of water. So that begs the question, where does the water go? So the way that it works, as he swallows the water, his red blood cells go from flat, just bump right back to oval, as fast as he can swallow it. and his fat cells go from normal for a human back to normal for a camel. But for a human to do that is months or years, probably years. For a camel to go from this to that is about 40 seconds on an individual cell basis, 3.5 minutes on a whole body basis. About 3 minutes to swallow all the water and another 30 seconds to finish processing it. Hey Tatum, are the fish done?
The what?
Fish and the bags. Sorry, checking in upstairs today in the camel condo. We have to have their, we just had a new fish tank put right above this slant right there. It's see-through from the condo to the game, from the kitchen to the game room. It's one of these big fancy tanks that the guy that does all the tanks in the Cheddars and some other restaurants all over the country flies around and does fish tanks. He just built one for us up there. Pretty cool. So anyhow, the camel, 40 seconds on an individual cell basis, about 3.5 minutes for the whole body. So the camel can go from emaciated close to death back to normal, ready to turn around and walk all the way back across the desert in one shot. So the camel taught me a significant thing about the Bible. When the Old Testament story is that the servant is going looking for a bride for his master's son, and he says, "Oh Lord, let it be a sign to me that the woman would offer to water not only me, but the camels as well." Before I had camels, I'm like, so what? She gives your animal a drink. I mean, come on. Burning bush, voice from above, throw out a sheet of wool for Pete's sake. I mean, let's have a sign, right? Now that I have camels and I understand that this guy could drink 30 and the other one could drink 50, back up a few verses, he's walking with 10. Now we're talking about some young lady is going to dip up 300 to 500 gallons of water with a bucket. That hits a little different. And if you read a few verses later, it says, "And the servant stands and watches until she completes the task." If I'm the girl, I'm like, dude, grab a bucket. This is your camel, right? So what that taught me about the Bible is the fact that I don't understand it does not make it wrong. It just means that I don't understand. But the Bible is true and accurate in every regard, trustworthy in all ways. And if I don't understand it, it's all good. I'm allowed to just believe. All right, other cool thing about this camel. This is the kissing camel. If you want to kiss him, you walk up and you say, "Boo boo." Hey. Boo boo. Usually it has a halter on when we do this. Hey buddy. And the camel will give you a kiss. Makes a great picture. And if you don't want to kiss the camel, you can just stand like this and take a selfie with him. Let me put a halter on. You can stand and take a selfie with him if you don't want to kiss him.
Go ahead.
We have to walk all the way to him. It is a trained behavior, and he's not allowed to move his feet during kiss time. So he is not allowed to walk to you.
I'll take the picture.
If you want a picture all together, we're happy to take it for you with your camera. So if you're trying to do a selfie, you can just be like that. If you have long arms or a friend.
Can we do all three of us?
Yeah, absolutely. Kevin's right there. He'll take your camera for you.
Thank you.
Now, the camel doesn't have any top teeth, so show us how we're different here, Anna.
Can I touch it?
Yeah, absolutely. This is among the better trained camels in America.
How long have you had?
3 years. He's 15 years old. They live to be 40.
Oh, wow.
He and the other one are a pair.
Are you going?
Yep.
I feel you, buddy.
Ooh, it's catching. All right, guys, I got one more animal to show you in here before we go back up to the petting farm. Now it quit raining, so you can get PB if you want.
Oh.
While I take him out. Boo-boo's like, "Where's my carrots?" You guys can all get Boo-Boo a carrot before he goes out if you want.
He's like, I'm coming now.
He's like, yes, I will take a walk for a carrot. Come here, buddy. All right, come here.
I did take a picture.
Grant's not here. They probably need their second bottle. I haven't looked at the board.
There was no encounters.
Tatum
They did
and
3 a day anyway.
Tatum and KK were feeding them around lunch.
Oh, were they?
They were feeding them, but I don't know if it was their second or first.
That would have been their second.
Okay. It's like a garbage disposal.
Yeah.
All right,
Kevin's
guys.
got one more to show you.
Oh, Mom. Look at her photography skills.
Hey, you're there. She's actually on. You know.
I know.
You know, she's
You
showing
have
you
one
what-
job.
All right, guys. So this is Phoebe. This is one of our little baby kangaroos. So when kangaroos are born, they actually come out of the womb and then they go to the pouch. They're only like 2 grams, so they're tiny. Do you want to hold it?
Oh, sure.
All right.
Try.
Did you guys sanitize your hands?
Not since
Make
I
sure you
touched it.
sanitize your hands because toxoplasmosis is deadly to women, but very, very bad to kangaroos. And then you can come right on over here and cuddle Phoebe. Hold her arms out and I'll rub her right in. There you go. You got her?
Yeah.
Okay. I squirt a little bit. Pretty cute, huh? Hey, that's my name.
Kevin's my husband. My dad's name.
So cute.
So we have Phoebe and Rachel here.
That's my name.
There you go. We went with Phoebe because she runs funny. Now Phoebe out with friends.
Aw. How old is she?
I think, how long have we had Phoebe here, Don?
Phoebe came out of pouch last Thursday.
There you go.
So like 10 days out of pouch.
You want to hold
So
it?
you have one job that reminds me of a funny story.
Feel like a baby, but you haven't had experience with a baby.
He's like, I'm not ready.
Very flexible.
So this one came out of the pouch last Thursday, so has been out of the pouch for 10 days now, and she weighs about 4.5 pounds. They grow really fast. And next up from her is Rachel, and she is 3 weeks older and doubled in size.
I was just telling her that's my name.
Oh yeah? Cool.
So cute. You want to hold it?
I'm gonna wear a folding hat.
Yeah.
When they go into the pouch, they have no back legs and no tail. They're 2 grams size of jelly bean. Coming out of the pouch is like they're nothing but legs and tail.
Do you see them at all when they're in the pouch, being
You
they
can.
come out a little bit and then go back in, or they just stay in there and you wait like a surprise to come back?
First time they put their face out of the pouch is 6 months of age. You can like pull it down and take a peek. They put their face out at 6 months, they jump out at 7 months. We bottle feed ours here all the way to 2 years old. You can sign up to come out and bottle feed them. They eat, this one eats 5 bottles a day. The other one's eating, we do bottle feedings at 9:30 in the morning and 6 o'clock in the evening. And we sign up to bottle feed kangaroos any day of the week. And we feed them all the way to 18 months because the world record size for an adult male kangaroo is 6'7", standing on the ground, 8.5 feet nose to tail. And we have both the genetics and the intent to grow a kangaroo that big here. So we don't want any mean kangaroos. So you get the friendliest kangaroo by bottle feeding for a crazy long time. And it is extraordinarily expensive to bottle feed for a really long time. But we really, really want friendly kangaroos, so we do it. All right, we're going to end our farm for baby sloths at 4 o'clock.